Serena.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Wait a moment. You're near me? How can this be?
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's not bad. Let's go with that.
Mirror me. What do you wish to say?
The prophecy. Have you heard of it?
What prophecy? Wait. I know. I think. I don't know why, but it's in my head somehow. The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed.
Oh.
What's going on?
Yes, it will. And...
But doesn't that mean
I will tell you how to save
Oh, so there's still hope after all. Goodness. As for the suffering, well, I will admit that the first thing that came to mind was, but if the prophecy will come true, I'll also, if there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side, and my pain on the other.
You truly are the perfect human, my ideal. I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well.
Play as a god?
That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. You must never let anyone suspect your identity. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy. But should your identity be revealed, then all hope will be lost.
But how will I do this? A human assuming the role of a god without being exposed.
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into a real god. Being a human yourself, I'm sure you already know what such an entity would be like. Remember, your true challenge will not be pursuing divinity, but contending against humanity.
I'm still not sure I understand, but I'll try. So, how long am I going to have to play this role?
To accomplish this mission, you will have to stay on the stage for many, many years. You will endure and not grow old until your task ends. But I promise you, all will eventually end in a magnificent and dramatic trial, and everyone will be saved.
A trial, huh? How exciting. I'll be looking forward to it. The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession, but this is my first time facing the people. What should I say to most appear like a... Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the Opera Epiclese. I'm sure you've all heard about how in truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god, but it will be my honor to guide you all. As the god Focalor, the god of justice, I shall do all with. Once again, thank you all for coming. If you should, this should do it. I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to convey my thoughts just fine. Okay.
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would...
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest. What?
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just...
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting me of being a fake? Oh, this is bad. If I get exposed here, there'll be no saving the people from the prophecy. Right. Myrmi said that I just need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Calm down, Farina. Think. What do the people want? Assertive, with a strong sense of presence. One who can dispel all doubt. That... Oh, now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come on to this... Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. You may consider my previous act a door gift of so... Now then, let us...
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Her personality. It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful. Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow... My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith, and we have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. Well, no, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. The scales of justice should not weigh heavy in the hands of its God. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. There is no trouble in so long as I, the Archon...
Lady Farina, here are today's case reports as well as...
Come now, was I not just at... Besides, none of these trials were the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
If I may be so impertinent, what kind of trial are you truly looking forward to?
A magnificent, dramatic, and wondrous trial. A trial to end all things.
That's true, I fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought, Lady Archon.
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now.
Lady Farina, I don't know what to say. Thank you for agreeing to see me.
No need to thank me. Or rather, thank your own sense of perseverance instead. Well, oh, I'm afraid that's just an inevitable consequence. All right. Deoteria, is it?
You remembered me, and you knew of my family, too. He is doing much better now. In fact, he is far more of an ardent believer.
Oh, good. Very good. If this should happen again in the future,
Oh, you're such a gentle and wise god.
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports. As for the specific parameters you asked to take note of, I'm afraid...
I see. It's as I thought then. As your god, I did already expect this, but all manner of signs indicate that the prophecy will still...
Well, as I understand it, the Fontaine Research Institute is also trying to find a way to counter the rising water level.
Really? Have they found anything?
I'm afraid that they haven't found any effective solution thus far.
Oh, is that so? Well, no wonder. This issue has reached the realm of the gods after all. The day is finally over. I haven't had a moment to breathe this whole time, but it's good to see that everything's getting on track. There are no longer any voices of maybe this is fine. I just need to keep going, and everyone will be saved. All right, Farina, don't think too hard about this. You need rest. Tomorrow's a new...
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for the latest cases as well.
There'll be no need for that. I've seen them already. There's...
Lady Farina, I've waited...
Indeed, my dear, loyal citizen.
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant hydrological anomalies near Poisson.
Understood. Keep monitoring. Keep me in... I don't think I just... I feel utterly exhausted.
Lady Farina, it's like a dream. I've heard that the first member of our family who was... Surely you...
What is it, good citizen?
Oh, are you crying?
Uh-huh. Oh, really? This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god who's...
No wonder. No wonder. A manifestation of your power, then. Oh.
So interminable. Hundreds of years must have passed by now. I never imagined. Have I reached my limit? I want to tell someone, anyone, about this. I've conducted so many investigations across the centuries. All I can do is keep heart. I must maintain this act.
Farina, you don't have to shoulder this burden, although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone.
Share that's impossible. It was
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in some. Just share it with me. I'm what.
a witness. Yes. And if Tevat is in its entirety, if that's the case, she's right. I could, but if things don't play out, no, Farina, you shouldn't be selfish. But what if, Farina, you've worked so. Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? If you let this opportunity slip through your finger, think about it. Long and hard. No, I have nothing to say. I am for all you need to do, dear spectator, is to.
Fine.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let.
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive the heavenly principles, you must first deceive your. She did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, it seems that trusting humanity was the right decision.
I believe that I understand how your deception works. But how would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine?
Ah, good. Of course, the Iudex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is.
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice. It now seems that that person was you.
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so with. Alas, your understanding of. In truth, it is no enactor of justice. Oh, you have it. And to be more precise, not only will the Oratrice take down the I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy my work over these last 500 years has been to constant. But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated. The vast majority had to be accumulated.
It was all a part of your plan then?
Indeed. This power accrued over 5 centuries, but only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy.
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina nor Focalor. The destruction of that divine throne.
Returning what's rightfully yours to you. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the.
But.
Oh, what? Getting so. The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more.
All you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked. Hydro Dragon, don't cry. I must say, had it been within my rights, Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea. And the heaven. I, for my part, am the god of justice. Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of... So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainian... In other words, existence was Egeria's justice. And to me, justice is the continuation of that existence, defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on. At this point, we, Iudex Neuvillette, the highest judge in our...
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, at last, in the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have You are a devious one, Focalors. Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Neuvillette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
I, Iudex Neuvillette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.